Hey everyone, so this is what you'll receive when you purchase the HTML profile template. Basically, it's just a collection of files and folders, and this is what will make up the website for your HTML profile. And if you open this into a code editor, you'll see something like this. And it's important to note that this template is meant for people that are somewhat familiar with HTML and CSS and JavaScript and comfortable with working in a code editor. And you should also be willing to learn how to, on your own, how to host these files and on a server and get your own domain name. So this README, I've I put together this, and it basically just lays out kind of a bird's eye view of what each of these directories and all the files within the website, what they all do. And there's a few different modes. There's a browse mode and then a slideshow mode on the website. And so let's go into the index.html and let's open this up. So this is what you'll see. This is the profile running in the browser. And so each of these blocks within this grid, I'm calling them tiles. And so if you go back in the main tag, you'll find a bunch of these divs. And each of these divs has a class tile on them. And so that's the base. And then if it's a list, you'll add the list CSS class. And if it's a grid, you'll add the grid. So should be pretty clear. There's also, so the template is made up into, so it has 3 different columns. And if I go into like a mobile mode, it collapses into one column. So the 3 columns stack on top of each other. So that's what this looks like. And that's what it will look like on your phone. So the columns, you'll see them, I've added HTML comments here. So this is column 1, column 2 starts here, and then column 3. And then within those columns, we have the tiles. And if we jump over to the style.css, we have some CSS variables. This is kind of a newer thing in CSS. It's a way of using variables that are called here and not having to repeat yourself. So I've defined all the variables up here, and you can, of course, change these. And so if we go, tried to make organize everything so it's pretty clear. This is like the layout, general layout stuff, tiles. So all the tile types are specified under here. And then also in the README, there's some clarifying thoughts about the tiles and the content types and what each tile class is used for. The last thing is some of the JavaScript that is used on the website. So if we go back to the browser, and if I click this play button, basically it creates a slideshow out of the tiles on the HTML profile. And if you hit the spacebar, it will actually stop playing. And then you can page through with the left and right arrow keys on a keyboard to navigate. And then if you want to play the slideshow again, you can just click play. So to make this work, there's some additional JavaScript files here. So the one that's making the slideshow work is the slideshow.js. And I have tried to comment this script as best I could, and yeah, so there's like playing the slideshow, pausing the slideshow, previous and next slide functions, and then all the keyboard shortcuts at the end. There's also this randomizer. This is, so if we go back to the profile and we find a list, so if you add this randomize class to a tile it has to be a list, it will randomize on load. It will randomize the list. So if we reload, you can see that this is in a random order. And then the last script here is the image viewer. And so this allows us to enlarge the images within this grid. So it gives you a little zoom in if you hover over these images, and then we can zoom out. And there's also some CSS that goes along with the slideshow and the image viewer, and that should all be declared at the bottom, right around here, slideshow. And then lastly, this is your images folder, and this just contains some images, and you can, of course, add to this and keep all your image assets there. So that's it. I hope you enjoy using the HTML profile, and I look forward to seeing what you create.